guys, my name is Anne, and I am an incoming sophomore at UCLA this year, and in this video I'm going to teach you guys how to write a really good college application essay. Chances are you're currently a junior in high school, you just finished your APs or finals, and now you're stressing about college, and you're like, shoot, I can't believe it's already time to figure out where I'm going to go, how I'm going to do that, and I also have to write this long, super long college application with all these essays that I don't know how to write. Or maybe you're a senior in high school already and your deadline for your applications is just a month away and you're stressing about whether your essays are good enough or not, and you don't really, or maybe you don't even know where to start. So by the end of this video, hopefully you guys are a little bit more confident about how the whole application process works and how you might go about writing your essays and how you can be confident that your essays are really solid. The first thing that you're going to need to do is figure out how many schools you want to apply to and how many applications that means you'll have to write. If you're applying to just UCs, that means you can just submit one application for all of them because, well, the application is 4 essays long. And then what you do is when you submit your UC application, you can check off which UCs you want to send the application to. So it's not like you have to write a whole new application, whole new essays for each and every one of them. If you're applying to UCs and privates, or maybe you're just applying to a bunch of privates, then you probably will have to fill out a couple different applications that differ from each other just a little bit. Once you figured out how many schools you're going to apply to, how many applications you need to write, you can now figure out a timeline for yourself. That is step number 2. In order to plan out the progress of your essays, you'll have to figure out when you'll conduct research on each of the schools that you need to apply to and read sample essays, when you'll brainstorm ideas that you want to write about, when you'll create outlines and frameworks for each of these essays that you need to write, when you write up the drafts, and when you'll edit your essays. You also, if you're going to submit more than one application because of how many schools you're applying to, you're gonna have to have another little thing in your timeline where you're save this time to edit this essay to fit into this application or blah blah blah. For the letters of rec, typically ask your teachers at least, or whoever you're gonna ask, at least 2 months in advance. Each letter of rec typically takes about 2 hours to write, and it is a big favor, and so it's always good to ask them early. You're also gonna wanna finish the first steps early so that you have more time at the end to work on your drafts, more time to work on editing. One way that I like to plan out my timelines is by using a spreadsheet. So what I'll do is in the first column, I'll put down the date that I want to do this task on. The second column, I'll write down the category of the task I want to complete. Maybe it's essay number 1, essay number 2, letter of recommendation from Mr. So-and-so, etc. And then column 3, I'll put a description of what I want to do for that task. Specifically, maybe on this day, I want to specifically work on the outline. So I'll put down write up outline, or maybe I want to write up the draft. So I'll say write up first draft or something like that. And then in the next column over, the 4th column, I'll put an estimate for how much time I want to spend on this task on that day. And then in the final column, you can keep track of the status of each task. You can say done or not done, and then you can highlight it green for done or red for, oh, you haven't done it yet. When you're creating your timeline, please keep in mind the other responsibilities that you probably have to work on. Please don't wait until, Thanksgiving break to work on it and then try and cram it all into that week, because you're not gonna have enough time in between your writing sessions to come up with good quality work. I know writing 4 400-word essays doesn't sound like a lot, but to make them high quality takes a lot of dedication and effort. So please give yourself enough time to do that. The third thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to start reading sample essays. What I mean is go online, search up sample UC application essays, sample common application essays. Read those, look at them, figure out which ones are good, which ones are bad. The good ones will be very obviously good because you will feel that they are good, wow, you want to meet this person, or wow, this essay was the bomb. Reading a lot of different sample essays will give you a broader sense of the possible topics that you can write because the possibilities are very endless. These prompts the college application prompts are super open-ended. I know the UC application even has one prompt that basically says, write about whatever you want. And so there are so many different things you can write about. And so looking at samples will help you kind of figure out, what things kind of resonate with you and what you would love to write about and what you think you would enjoy writing about as well. If you guys are interested in reading my essays that I wrote when I was applying to college, please let me know in the comments and I'll make a video. The 4th thing that you need to do is figure out what you're going to write about. Things to write about would be either make the ordinary extraordinary or write about something that's already extraordinary. For most of us, you're a 17-year-old, 18-year-old teenager, haven't had a lot of stuff happen to you yet, probably haven't had some really, really cool experience that would make people go, that happened to you, like you probably haven't had that experience yet. That is fine. What you need to do instead is you just take some ordinary experience and you write about it in a really extraordinary way. And that is enough to make your essay appealing and really fun to read and, memorable. Another thing that you can do is if you're one of the few that has had an extraordinary experience, like maybe you saved someone's life before, or maybe you've been close to like a life-threatening situation that was really, really cool, then you could write about that too. So back to writing about the ordinary, you can just write about a specific event that's very memorable to you, or you can write about the feelings that you have when doing a specific hobby or extracurricular. Maybe you talk about the feelings of nervousness that you get when you're playing in a sports tournament. Maybe you talk about the feelings of euphoria you get when you're singing, or how all your senses are heightened when you're cooking, how you can hear like the crackling of the oil in the pan, or maybe you can like smell the scent of the cashews, like the aroma flying in the air or something like that. I don't know. You can write so many different things. Just a good thing is specific event, or maybe feelings about a hobby that you do. Keep in mind that you've only got like a limited word count for a lot of these essays. For like the UC application essays, for example, you get only 400 words to write each essay. That is less than 2 pages double spaced. So you don't have a lot of space to write really long stories. So it's good to just keep it short. Keep your essay to about a very specific event or just a very specific feeling that you have when doing a certain thing. Things not to write about would include writing about another person. Don't write about your father, your mother, your grandma. I'm not saying don't include them at all. You can if that's the nature of your essay. But you don't want to make them the star of your story. Again, you only got like 400 words, maybe more, maybe a little bit less, to write about whatever story that you're talking about. You don't have a whole lot of space to talk about them and talk about yourself. Again, remember, the star of the story is supposed to be you. The college admissions officer is trying to get to know who you are, what experiences you have had, and how you've grown from them. So it is very hard to accomplish that task while you're talking about another person. If you guys are interested in more examples on what you can write, again, you can go look for sample essays online, or if you guys are interested in looking at my sample essays, or if you want me to create a video on that where I go into depth about my process for how I come up with things to write, please let me know. I'll create a video. Just leave a comment down below. The fifth thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to start creating an outline for each of your essays. I find that a format that works really well for me and for other people that I've had follow this format as well would be following the hook, then body, then conclusion format. So first for the hook, that just means the beginning of your essay, making it sound really cool, really catchy somehow. One thing that I like to do a lot is I'll start my stories in media res, which just means you kind of like go and you just take out like the most exciting part or line that is happening in the middle or the most climactic moment of your story, and then you just stick that in the front. And then right after that, you go into a little bit of context about like what's going on in that scene. After that, you can talk about the body. So basically you just like talk about what the whole story is supposed to be about. Maybe you're talking about like a specific event. You can go into storytelling mode here. Maybe you're talking about specific feelings that you have for a specific hobby. Then you can go into talking about the hobby itself, maybe describing it a little bit in depth, what that means for you, what you do with that hobby, how that connects to your life. And then finally, in the conclusion, you can talk about the what did you learn? Some good what did you learns would be things that connect what happened in your story to your actual life. For example, maybe you say that, after whatever experience I had after this experience in MUN or after the sports tournament, I learned how to be humble. Like it taught me what humility means. Or maybe you learned how to carry yourself with dignity, or maybe you learned what it means to be a woman or a man, or to be a son, or what it means to be earnest or respectful. There's so many other things you can say about so many different experiences than just say, I learned how to work hard, because anybody can say that about anything. The sixth thing that you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna start writing up all your drafts. What that means is you take your outlines, because by now you kind of know, okay, I kind of know what I want for my hook. I kind of know what I want to write about, like in the body. Like I know I want to talk about this experience or this hobby, and then I know what my so what is, like what I learned from it is. Now you take that and you turn it into actual words that are, sentences, paragraphs, whatever. Right? Maybe you write for an hour, come back tomorrow, and then write for another hour, because You don't want to just sit there, try writing for 6 hours, because chances are you're not going to dish out that much work, or at least not that much high quality work. What you need to do is you need to do this in sessions. So maybe 1 to 2 hour sessions where you write for a while, and then you stop, and then you come back to it tomorrow, so that you give yourself the time to rethink and kind of reset and have more good quality stuff coming out. At this point, don't worry too much about following the word count. For now, don't worry too much about that. Just write organically, write whatever you think sounds good. The 7th and final thing that you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna start editing, fine-tuning your writing. This is the part where you might send your essays, your drafts to people who you know are really good editors and who can maybe help you with your writing. The first thing you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna check for organization and syntax. This means that you have to make sure that your writing is something that another person could read and quickly and easily figure out what the point of it was. Like, oh, what hobby are you talking about? What was the gist of your story? And then they can also quickly figure out what you learned from it, how it made you grow. Syntax, making sure your syntax is simple, straightforward, easy to understand is also very important. Don't use complicated syntax, or don't use a bunch of relative clauses in the same sentence, because that just makes it difficult for the reader to kind of understand what you're trying to say. And the next thing you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna check for style, word choice, figurative language. These are the things that kind of make your writing stylistic and, using imagery and stuff like that. This part's pretty difficult. If you don't already know, some really skilled writer can help you with doing this, because this part requires you to really nitpick at your own essay. Things like, should I use the word girl or woman here? Girl implies immaturity and youth, but woman implies maturity and growth. So maybe in this paragraph where I want to highlight the fact that I haven't grown yet, I'll use the word girl, and then at the end I'll start using the word woman to describe myself, or something like that. There's also things like, should I use a comma or an em dash here? Commas are shorter pauses. Em dashes indicate longer pauses, and maybe they look nicer too on paper. So these are all really little things that can be really hard to do, especially there are also times where most people who are reading your essay don't have a ton of time to look at it. Editing is also really hard to do. So maybe they're only able to say kind of surface level comments like, oh, I really liked your theme in this paragraph, or oh, I thought this one was really insightful. And they don't really give any specific critiques or suggestions. That can also be pretty not so great for your editing. So if you guys want another video where I show you how to nitpick on your own essay, please let me know. I'll make a video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that after watching that video, you feel a little bit more secure about the whole college application process. I know it's a very, very tough time. So please let me know in the comments if you're interested in more videos where maybe I go into a deeper dive and show you guys maybe the essays that I wrote, and I go into and I explain the whole process, the whole process for how I wrote that. Or maybe you guys want more videos with examples or explanations for any of the steps I mentioned in this video. Maybe you're still struggling with figuring out what you want to write about, and you're not really sure what you learned from it could be. That this thing was good for you. You learned something from it, but you don't really know how to put that into words. That's it for this video. Please let me know if you guys have any more questions, and good luck on all of your college applications. I hope everything goes well for everybody. All right, that's it. Bye-bye. See you next time.